Peace, this is Star with the Star Blooms. Happy 3-3 day, y'all. With it being an open portal, I only want to set my intentions that this message connect with you at a time where you just need clarity in the direct declarations that you're making in your atonements. Um, I feel like if anything else needs to come out as I'm channeling, it'll come out. I like to thank Archangel Michael for protecting us, for covering us, for clearing the way for us, for making room for any and all things that are necessary, for allowing and standing with us in our courage, in our strength today as we are discerning and closing out any and all chapters, allowing ourselves to be attuned as we are walking into the new beginnings. Acclimating to the timelines that we've called in and we are in awareness of have arrived, and allowing ourselves to continue to be steady and steadfast in the movements that we're making. I don't want to be tone deaf to what is occurring right now in the world. I would like to send healing energy to those who are, yeah, in the crossfires of tyrantry. A lot of the things that I know to be true are basically occurring due to the fact that there has been a chain of command shift. And because of what is in order, the separation has been present with us all along. It's just now stating itself loudly. People are intentionally, coherently at that, like knowledgeable of the fact that they are purposely separating themselves in a rate to be stationed in the fate of whatever group they've decided that they want to be in, for all groups. Um, being one with self right now, y'all. Being one with self, acknowledging, being in acknowledgement and acceptance of self. Um, I don't want to get on a tangent. At the bottom of the deck, it says alchemy. We alchemizing in these spaces, y'all. I think the most beautiful thing about today's energy, today's a 7 day, my apologies, y'all. 3 3 2026 2026 is 10 1 1 plus 6 is 7, just so you know. There's a lot of intelligence in this space, and it is what it is. That's the energy that I have. um that's the energy that I have. You will perceive today based off of where you are at within yourself. Trust it. Trust it. Trust it. Whatever comes up, look at y'all. Look at my you see how it puts the eyelashes on there? But whatever comes up, do y'all see her? I want y'all to be able to see it. Whatever comes up today, take the leap of faith. Continue to stride going forward one step at a time. It's not always a rush, y'all, but trusting each step that you make, knowing that you're in partnership with your spirit team, knowing that you're in partnership with spirit at this time, with your spirit 343, is very, very vital, and it's important because a lot of the times we allow ourselves to be convinced. Ooh, spirit. We allow ourselves to be convinced of connections outside of ourselves without accepting the one that's already been predetermined. Be in this journey with yourself. Okay. And then also, there's some of us who are healing childhood wounds. Alchemy is again at the bottom of the deck. Coming out at the top is surrender. So I'm going to take alchemy out. Ancestor was under alchemy. And at the top, it was sitting at the top. I believe that that's in alignment. These to me, y'all, if you ain't never had to go to none of those little meetings in class, okay, in elementary school, but they would have these little portraits so they could be able to decipher what trauma you've been through based off of what you could perceive out of the image. In this image, you will see a hand is at the base, and this is a image that says journey, right? I believe with the hand at the base and it actually showing almost like as if it's like this is an extension to generated energy, okay, air energy to me, okay. um Not necessarily just like your chi or your life force energy, but knowing how to actually cultivate with it by utilizing it, learning your gifts at this time, cultivating. You should never feel bad about choosing and improving oneself, okay? The reality here is that a lot of us are aware, even to the WAR, okay, that's going on right now. Literally, that has been going on. It's not something that just started. It's just that there are bigger WARs that appear, right? And because they're so much larger and they affect here in the US, they may be basically placed on more televisions, more, you know, broadcasts. You get what I'm saying? There's wars that happen every single. Focus on your journey. If you are at this time working on healing your father wounds, be at peace with yourself, knowing that a lot of the things that you may be in, it took me getting to a rate with myself to where I would say I allowed myself to fall in the idea that I would break because that's what I had perceived. And how my father wound applied to this was me being able to still myself long enough to recognize what was actually the biggest issue. My biggest issue at that time was how I may have shown up, or how I was basically attracting or calling certain romantic energies into my life. A lot of the times, y'all, with the divine feminine, with female energy, and it could be as a little bit as well with the masculine energy as well, but I'm just speaking for myself. Okay, I'm gonna speak for myself. Y'all be hearing stuff. I'm gonna speak for myself, and I'm gonna say that a lot of the times, female energies you call off based on the relationship, interaction, the idea, and your perception of your father figure, of your actual father. If you don't know who he was, it could be a father figure. It could be a relative, a grandparent. Um, it could be, the father that was in your life that affected you in your childhood, where you have some deep rooted or seated things that you could basically go to the tree about and allow yourself to release, purge, clear, and yeah, come into a layer of reckoning, surrendering the stories that you may have been telling yourself about how you feel about yourself and about how you feel about your story. A lot of the times, how we feel about ourselves, if we don't surrender the lie, we'll go on not being able to trust. Okay, we won't be able to take these steps. And we can't take these steps is because we don't believe that with what we have, we're capable of making good firm decisions. We don't trust ourselves. It usually doesn't be anybody else, but if I don't trust myself, when my spirit team comes online and I start to basically learn the language of my spirit team, you got to recognize in this image around this little girl is birds, is winged beings, is deers, it's spirit animals, okay? In my trust walk, in my trust leap, in my trust, okay, even to the angels, there's what appears to be angels. There's humanoid beings that look like spirits, okay? So anyways, if I don't trust myself, I won't take the steps because I believe that I'm making the wrong decision. What voice am I really listening to? We can't be in that. We have to be able to alchemize and know that the things that are here, which is nature, loudly right now, okay, even to this WAR, I believe that that wouldn't be able to happen if we were actually connecting to the planet like we're supposed to, allowing ourselves to actually call in and instruct and declare and command what we were supposed to do, what we are naturally innate, with the power to do, to call, things to an end, to require structure here. A lot of things, like I said, will have to fall down and fall apart. But I believe in the illumination of it, right? You can see the sun. Spirit's always showing us in the light of what's occurring here, all right? In that etheric cord where we're allowing ourselves to be tethered down, to the earth chakra, and then allowing ourselves to be tethered up, all right, to the spiritual